You are getting the recorder out.
Oh, hey, I'm here. Sorry, Karl.
You're getting the your message out to Nancy and stuff. Okay?
Exactly.
What kind of services are you getting from Nancy today?
Wait, Nancy Reagan? Who are we talking here?
Nancy Reagan. I thought Nancy was just your code name for your escort.
Ooh, you know what, guys who've I've never done the escorts, and I've gotten some stories from guys who have, and gotta say, I'm pretty jealous, you know? I'm kind of, that's like once you've lived, so.
It's like, is it worth the cost, or is it worth the, I don't know, hype that goes with it? Cause
I like that we're getting right into escorts, by the way. We're going right into we're not waiting around on this episode. We're like, who's had a hooker? And what did you think about it? I haven't. I want to try it one day. I hope my mother listens to this podcast, Karl. I'm kidding, Mom. I'm not going to have sex with a prostitute unless everything lines up, because you never know how things line up when you're maybe on a vacation or something, or Vegas maybe.
True. Well, maybe if I haven't had sex for like 3 to 5 years, maybe I'll decide on a prostitute.
You're
but that
right.
Time hasn't hit yet.
Fresh out of prison, yeah.
All
It's fucking fresh out of prison. You're due a prostitute, actually.
Well, isn't that? I think there's like a term for that actually while you're in prison. Not for getting a prostitute, but that you have a right to have sex while you're in prison.
Conjugation?
Yeah, conjugational visions.
Yeah, dude. Prison sex has got to be visiting someone and having sex with them while like on a conjugation visit.
Or just have
the
your
hottest thing ever.
Or just have your significant other register as your counsel.
There you go. I like that.
All right, you have to give us a private room where you're not invading on us during the time being. It's like, all right, it's time to fuck.
It's time to get after it. But I had somewhere that I wanted to go with. When you started talking about, this is kind of has to do with prostitutes. It's kind of something I want to write a bit about. But couples profiles on dating apps, like where it's, you know, it's a couple together looking for a third, most likely a woman, but we're into other things. Like you've seen.
Is this a Craigslist ad?
Not Craigslist, but like on a Tinder or a Bumble. Like there'll be a single profile of a couple, and I'm thinking that there's one for men and there's one for women, and for some reason it's just funny. It's a funny scenario, them doing it together.
You mean like when they're looking for?
Yeah, they're like, maybe the girl is doing it and her boyfriend's in the room and she's like, all right, babe, I'm making our profile. What are our hobbies? I already put hiking and fucking other people. And what else do we like to do besides that? Because there's going to be, I'm guessing that there's one for men and one for women. Maybe there's a lot of like, I'm in an open relationship.
Spending time with your younger
But the couple profile to me is just funny. And we need like a sitcom of someone in an open relationship.
You love spending time with your nieces and nephews.
Exactly. I'm just saying, Karl, we need a polyamory sitcom. Get on it, CBS.
Oh yeah, CBS will definitely fund that shit. At this point, they'll throw shit at a wall and they'll see what sticks.
Think if Big Bang Theory, they were all just banging. Then the name would take on a whole different, the name of that sitcom, if they were just all banging the blonde lady and the nerd, and they were all taking turns, you know, polyamory style. That show, I would have watched the show.
Either this Big Bang idea you have given out has already been a parody in porn, or will be one in the future.
For sure. There's got to be a Big Bang Theory.
There's
porn.
a rule with that in the internet. I think it's like Rule 34 and Rule 35.
Wait, what are those rules? Oh, you got to have parody porn of whatever's popular?
No. I think Rule 34 is as long as it's not too specific of an idea you have in your head, there's probably been porn made of it. And Rule 35 is if there has not been, there will be soon in the future.
Dude, I would watch a porn of like inanimate objects. I would watch a porn of like Mr. Potato Head fucking the green M&M.
What if they... What's the theme in that?
The lady M&M, and she has to have her heels on. I'm sorry. I'm a chauvinist like that. Mr. Potato Head going at it with his mustache and his eyebrows. Come on.
Mr. Potato Head and his dick tickler. If only we could have the voice of Don Rickles still do that now.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, he was the voice, huh?
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Didn't I tell you how that's weirdly how he was my biggest my starting influence in comedy, and how my favorite movie early on was Toy Story to watch, and how his voice was in it?
Really?
It's like, shit, I was hearing him from an early age. No wonder why I liked him.
True. Tim Allen was the dinosaur, right?
No, Tim Allen was a Buzz.
Oh, who was there was a dinosaur who was Goofy. Yeah, you're right. He was Buzz. That's the stupidest thing I've ever said, probably. But
No,
there was some side actors in that
for the
movie
viewers'
who were big.
sake, they should know. I've heard Josh say much stupider things, so that's not the worst thing he said.
You know, well, I'm from the South.
It's
We're
just-
dumb, dude.
It's just, I don't know if it's a dumb as more as just allergic to intelligence.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, there's some flow days when it comes to, what's the theory of evolution? There's some Benadryl needs to be taken, whatever. Sorry, bad jokes, but no, I don't know. There's actually liberals in the South too. It's obviously more conservative, but hey, we're in Arizona, baby. You're in a conservative state now, Carl.
Well,
You're
we're
not
in a mixed state now because now we got the
I guess it
influx.
did flip to Democrat. You're right.
Well, I say it's still like a very mixed.
The
just
governor's a
because
Republican.
Governor's
right?
Republican. I want to say state still has Republican
Yeah.
majority control, but not like a super majority control.
Yeah.
It's very mixed here right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
it's-
just go to Scottsdale. This is a Republican place if you ever smelled one, folks.
there's
It's like a cleaner, nicer. It's Arizona's nice. It's considered to be like nicer than the southern states. People come here for to retire.
I say it's a very wannabe South here.
Well, yeah, they want to be. They people here say y'all sometimes. I'm just kidding. That has
I was
actually
saying
been
how often you see people just wearing like cowboy boots and stuff.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah, you're
you
right.
do not work on any type of farm. You do not do any type of agriculture. Your literal most difficult job is picking up your cat's own shit from the litter box. All right, there's nothing else difficult in your life, and you people here still wear cowboy boots. You don't need them.
Can I just say there are some hot cowboys out there, though, you guys. I've been to a Toby Keith's on a Saturday night, and golly, there's some hot cow gals, too, hot cowboys. You know what's funny is I just went to a...
Josh, do you swing for the other team?
hey, I'm just saying, no, I'm a straight guy, but if someone's hot, I'll tell them they're hot.
Oh no, I totally get what you're saying there. It's just I don't want to fuck them. The only guys I would consider fucking are sports athletes I admire.
Okay.
Or
I don't want to
sports
fuck an athlete
figures,
who's bigger than
like,
me, though.
Or I should say sports figures I should admire. Like, because I wouldn't ever suck off a Channing Tatum or Jason Momoa, but I'd suck off Billy Bean or Harry Kane and stuff just for how I admire them.
Give me a Tom Holland. Give me like a nice...
Hey, he's also a fan of Spurs too. Maybe he would suck off Harry Kane too.
I'm sorry.
If anyone could get that to Tom Holland, would you also suck off Harry Kane if you had the chance? Tell me, mate. To get him to stay at the club, stay forever, Harry, would suck you off.
I don't know. I love that this podcast we've gone to what guys we'd fuck, and
Well,
for me,
I
it's
like
Tom
to
Holland.
I like to
I'm
be
just saying.
honest. Well, because I think everyone would have every guy, no matter how straight we think, would have the point which we go to. But that's why I make the extent sports figures I admire, not
Yeah.
attractive men. It's because I admire them.
I'd fuck Pedro Martinez. He'd be the one sports figure.
Pedro Martinez. Oh God, I feel like he would actually pick
tiny.
you up if he.
He's like 5'8". Sorry,
He is a tiny guy. Why do you want a tiny
I
guy?
just want a smaller guy, and if he happens to have a Jerry curl, which Pedro doesn't have anymore, but he used to. And if me and Pedro Martinez ever had sex, I would make him do a Jerry curl. Actually,
You make him put a wig on with the Jerry curl. It's like this is
if
the
I
only
was gay,
way.
I would be into Jerry curls. Is what I'm saying. That used to be like the big joke in my high school. If you had like a curl or something, like if a black dude came to school with a curl, like it either worked out or it just went down in flames for that guy. Like they would like talk about curl juice and whatnot, and I was just on the sidelines, like, hey, it's a different kind of hairstyle. I respect it. Whatever you want to do with your hair is fine.
I always thought it looked like a mop.
Moppish, yeah. I guess the character Pinky from Friday that's maybe thinking like a classic.
Are we
Jerry
talking
curl.
about the movie?
Yeah. The character. He has a Jerry curl.
Oh my God, I remember watching that. I want to say it was about freshman year of high school, and I just thought it was hilarious. That shit.
You know what
With Chris Tucker's character, you remember Chris Tucker's character? What was it, Smokey?
in Friday, yeah. Pinky is only in next Friday and Friday after next, I want to say. I actually enjoyed the second and third one. I enjoy them all.
I never saw the other ones. I just saw the first Friday, and thought it was
Really? You're
hilarious.
missing out.
No,
Oh.
I just thought the first was hilarious.
You gotta see
as
the
shit.
second one. It's got Baby Joker, they move into a. I'm not gonna go through the whole plot.
Do they
but
even have Chris Tucker? God damn it!
I would get high and watch the Friday movies with you, Carl. That would be.
Did I ever tell you about the
We'll
first
do that for Black History Month.
Actually,
by the
now
way.
that you brought that up, did I ever tell you about the first movie I ever watched when I got high?
What?
Well, we'll make sure to do it with on the Remembrance Day for this, but the first movie I ever watched while high was Schindler's List, and I can explain why it happened. So I was with my friends. I won't give away their
Great
last
choice,
name,
Carl.
but I could give an explanation. So it was my sophomore year of high school. It was with people I was in my world history class with. I won't give their last names, but I'll give their first names. Matt, David, and Wise. Now,
The Four Wise Men.
yes, went to their place. Now, I didn't realize we were going to get high until we got there and like, all right, we're going to go by the creek. And we went by it there. I remember having the joint. Didn't really feel as super high as much. Everything felt brighter, and when I felt like I moved, it felt like there was no resistance against it. I remember we were watching Schindler's List because we had to do this. It was a project for the world history class. We had to do it based on a movie, do some themes that were in it, like how as Schindler started to see more color in the film because he sees like a girl in a red coat. That's as he starts to see humanity. But I'm feeling the high, and then I remember. Because it was at Matt's house, his mother came back, and I knew a month ago he got in trouble at school for possessing marijuana, getting caught. And when he came back, we had to like cover up, like spray the bottle and put like this cologne on. And I remember his mom when she walked in, it's like, I smell aftershave. What is that? And it was awkward. And I still thought it was funny how he was able to slickly tell his dad just to get like a pizza for us. It's like, oh, this is perfect for us to have a Little Caesars pizza.
Beautiful. That is, I mean, so that can't be, was that an enjoyable experience though? Watching a bunch of Jews getting killed, super stoned your first time? How'd you think of the girl in the little red dress? I bet that red dress was extra red.
It was like a red jacket, kind of like a red overcoat.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. But Schindler's List, my favorite romantic comedy. Actually, an incredible. You know who's great in that movie is Ralph Fiennes as the Nazi. That guy's an incredible actor, actually.
I had a thought that
Ralph Fiennes. Look up his Wikipedia at home if you get a chance. This guy's amazing.
I had a thought because my head, if I shave it, I could look like both the prisoners and prison guards in it. So I thought, what if you CGI'd my face onto everyone in that film?
Jesus Christ.
You're seeing like me pushing myself
now
onto
I'm
the
hard.
trains.
Now I got a boner.
Now you're seeing me like whip myself into like the camp. You're seeing me push myself into the like gas chamber. It's like I'm everyone in it. Even Hitler, put me as him as well. I'm everyone. I'm Anne Frank. I'm Hitler. I'm FDR. I'm Winston Churchill. I'm everyone.
You're like Agent Smith in The Matrix, but the Holocaust.
Yes, everything. It's my own Holocaust film, but I'm everyone. I like these movie ideas. This could be something. I'm going to bring it up to.
I agree. Earlier you mentioned something when aftershave. Your buddy wearing aftershave. Who came up with aftershave? One of the worst inventions in the history of cosmetics, if you ask me.
Well, that's because you maintain more of a beard than me, so you actually.
I know, but it burns and like. I mean, I guess it smells good, but it's so strong and like, oh my god! If I smell. I mean, if you wear aftershave and you're around me, I'm got a pretty non-sensitive nose, but like that, like aftershave it's a lot. But
my only guess is maybe the strong smell that could be because of some product like alcohol or ammonia in it. That what it does is it kills the bacteria at a level. Like some bacteria is the moisture bacteria, which causes it to smell and such. That's my only guess.
I think it would be really cool if it came out that that's what killed COVID was chugging aftershave.
What if that's what Jeffrey Epstein died of? What if that's what is not being released? What if that is not being released in the toxicology reports? And now that you said that relates back to porn parodies. Why has there not been one with Epstein and Maxwell? Why has there not been a porn parody on Little Fuck Island?
Trump just opened a bar in Manhattan, and all the hostesses there have to dress exactly like Ghislaine.
So they have to look like that middle-aged
they have to have
British
that short
woman.
hair, huge tits. It's not a bad look.
I'm a little British lady. I work in a media conglomerate.
What is she? Oh, yeah, her dad's like a famous British guy, huh?
Yes, he worked over in the big London. He worked there in Londonderry. Have you ever been to Londonderry?
No, what is the Dowry? At their bank?
No, I'm talking about Londonderry. It's actually a place in Northern Ireland, but who gives? Because it's a place they call Derry, but it's called Londonderry and shit. All right,
Yeah.
fuck them over there in Ulster.
I got some English, some England, UK, or maybe Scotland is what I kind of. I think everyone, a lot of Scottish people went to the south, like set up shop in the south. I have no idea what I'm talking about. By the way,
people in Scotland. Yeah, UK, Britain. A lot of them did go to the south more because a lot of them more like Germanic, French people went to the north.
Yeah,
and Dutch. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. But my mother's maiden name is Hoover, and that's German, right? Hoover.
I think so. Go find if the former president was German or some shit.
Have you done the 23andMe, Karl?
I did, yeah.
Nice. So where all are you? Where's your genus?
Well, mostly the Scandinavian
what form of
countries.
white are we talking here?
Well, mostly the Scandinavian countries and then UK, Ireland. But there's a few other words. Like it goes over like where Estonia it is to the Ashkenazi Jews.
I say because you're you're Jewish as well, right?
And there's a bunch more like unsignificant levels, like I say, under 2% of like in Africa or like general Asia and stuff. It's like, but that's under 2%. So who gives a fuck about it?
Is it racist for me to say my favorite kind of Jews are the Ashkenaz? I call them the Ashkas.
No, it makes sense. There's that. There's the Mizrashis. There's the Iberians.
Well, my roommate's an Ashkenazi Jew, and he
yeah.
keeps the rent low, so that's the only reason that they're my favorite. But still, they got a good. They're like a good-looking Jew.
Well, yeah, of course.
My roommate's like, kind of looks Palestinian too, you know.
Well, I mean, he has more the European looks. Mark with it. If he had more the Palestinian look, he'd be Mizrahi.
Is okay. So what is Ashkenaz? Where we talk? Is that
that's like Eastern Europe type?
Okay.
Yeah.
I did terrible in social
That's
studies.
why I was saying in mine how it was like the Estonia ones in mine. Because, okay, where the Goldthorpe ones were from, they had, well, the ones directly from my family, but were in Denmark before they came over here. But they.
Are you related to Hamlet?
Hamlet? No, I ain't fucking related. Oh, yeah, that fucking Shakespeare film. Or not Shakespeare film.
Shakespeare play. What a fag. Just kidding.
Exactly. Imagine how, dude, Shakespeare definitely sucked a lot of cocks of his actors. There's no way he didn't suck the cocks of his stage performers. They were all men. All right. They were all horny because no women were there. And we all know people who are in performing arts, they are horny motherfuckers. All right. Mm-hmm. Why do we think so many of them get in trouble for fucking people underage? Because they are horny.
It's just the name of the game.
It is the name of the game, but unfortunately, that'll also send you to jail in the wrong cases when it's statutory. So, no.
You could end up with a TV credit, though, so there's a 50-50 win.
You could. Certain places of Hollywood will promote you there. It's like, yeah, this person, they decided to fuck a few children, so we'll let them into the club.
Do you believe the whole, everyone super famous is gay? Or the powerful Illuminati shit? Is that a thing?
I think maybe more of those people know how the game is really played, like how the powerful really act. Yeah. I think maybe that because they have the insight into it. Because my only guess is maybe in some ways you cannot understand it until you see it actually happening in front of yourself and realize, oh, this is how powerful people are running the world.
Right. Yeah. You know, well, one man can dream.
Yeah, well, we mostly speculate as laymen, but...
Yeah,
I just assume.
I don't know. But yeah, we'll. I don't know. We got.
How do we think Bill Gates runs the world? How do we think he operates in his homes?
Bill Gates.
Him and Melinda have it split up.
You know, people don't like the guy. Seems like a sweet man to me. Seems like a real nice fellow. He's trying to make toilets in like Nigeria, I think. He's doing, he's a swell fellow. Gets a bad rap if you ask me. He's cute with his glasses and his little dad sneakers. And is he going through a divorce or did he get divorced?
He did go through the divorce and
wow.
stuff.
What do you think he's into sexually, Bill Gates?
He's definitely into being dominated.
I want him to be into like...
We know that's what Melinda was into getting him to do.
Yeah. I wish that he was into like black women with huge asses. Like that's secretly deep down what I want Bill Gates to be into
Oprah
sexually.
leaves Stedman. She marries Bill Gates. They become the new power couple. Fuck yeah.
Like I want it to come out that he like goes to Magic City in Atlanta and like has like his own private room when he goes there. Just
Magic City.
It's like a famous strip club in Atlanta.
Oh.
They have like great wings there, chicken wings.
If they say famous strip club, I don't like to lead up to it. It's like, I feel like that just attracts seedy people.
You're not a strip club guy, Carl? Come on.
I do enjoy them, okay?
You go with a group of people, it can be fun, all right?
Oh, no, yeah. Well, even if you just go by yourself, too. But if you go with a group, certainly.
No, if you go by yourself, you're a creep, actually. If you're going there for lunch, you may have a problem. If you're going there for the lunch buffet, you may be devoid of love in your life, maybe, or you could be, the
You say going alone, but what if you're traveling somewhere and you're out on the town, like you're on a business trip and you want to stop someplace for the night? Come on, Josh.
Okay, all right, you're right.
There
I
are
can't
options
judge.
for people.
I gotta stop judging. I gotta stop it.
Exactly. All right. This is exactly why you're going to be put on the International Criminal Court for Crimes Against Humanity. Your judgment against people for their use of prostitution. How dare you, sir? This is the thought crime you were going on trial for.
Wait, Internet ICC. Okay, I thought
Not Internet ICC, the International Criminal Court. God damn it.
Yeah, I was just thinking of what the acronym stood for. I thought it was going to be the same as ICP.
Crimes Against Humanity, Mr. Graves. How do you plead to the charges?
Hey, I donate money at the grocery store when they ask. I'm a good guy. I don't care what they say.
Do you care about hungry children? Fuck no.
St. Jude's? Yeah, I'll give to St. Jude's. I love the Hey Jude's, my favorite Beatles song. I love all the Judes.
I'll kick one of those bald children right here. They're all fake for the most part. Does anyone see more than one of those children in one place? I do not. It's the same bald fucking kid they bring to those advertisements and those fundraisers, okay? You're all getting duped.
Yeah, that'd be funny if they're like, do you want to donate to cancer? Cancer's not real, and the Holocaust was fake. You have change for a 50 by chance? No. These are the conversations I overhear at the grocery store.
Now, next time I get approached by a solicitor, you're making me want to just randomly talk about how what was the stone, or what was the elementary school that got shot up like in 2009 in Connecticut? The
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. Yeah, it's like Sandy Hook was a false flag attack.
Yeah, what a terrible name for a school. Actually,
Like,
the school was just begging to be shot up.
Because I'm just thinking, if you're trying to get someone away from you, just start talking stuff like that. It's like, what are you gonna care if they ever see you again?
True, very true. But yeah.
Talking about, like, why have they not released footage of the Pentagon being hit on 9/11? They have only released photos, no video.
Why'd they have to make it like a certain shape? Just make it a regular building. And if you're gonna really go for like a octagon.
Well, I guess there's like different branches within it, and maybe they have different departments and stuff. Okay, you don't know how they're set up, Josh, and you don't know how they're set up within it too. They could be integrated in a different way.
True. I gotta start learning more about the Pentagon in my spare time.
Exactly. What, are you gonna try to break into it?
Yes. No, well, I can barely.
He'll possibly sell the blueprints to the building.
I can barely do video editing, let alone hack the Pentagon firmware.
Who said you had to hack into the firmware? You were gonna infiltrate.
I was
You were
gonna read the Wikipedia page.
You were gonna
maybe.
be a mole, okay? You were gonna be one of the janitors that goes in. This is the whole plot of you. We were gonna get secrets for the nation of Kazakhstan, Josh, and now you have failed us because now the U.S. government is gonna know what we are up to because they have wiretapped our phones. God fucking damn it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they can listen in on me. It's fine. You can do.
Oh yeah, they will just hear a bunch of like very dark humor, very gallows humor a lot of the time.
All right, they'd be like, "Oh God, this guy really hates his family."
Do you get appealed by gallows humor?
What's gallows humor?
Like that very dark shit, like when people
I
make
like
jokes
some
in the
dark
face
shit.
of tragedy.
I like dark shit can be incredible. Actually, it's got to be done the right way. But I think I like the Louis joke about jerking off in between the towers going down on 9/11. It's one of my favorite jokes. It's pretty dark.
It's a good joke, yeah. Okay, but that's another thing. Like when people make these dark humor, these gallow humor jokes, like they're not being serious. Like Louis wasn't actually jerking off while that happens. You just know he thought of a bit where he thought, hey, wouldn't it be funny if in between the two you were jerking off?
Yeah, you gotta let comics go dark. Yeah, I think. The other one that I've never heard but I read about is when what's the guy who did the Affleck voice for a while?
Oh, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, did the Japanese men are coming over here in waves bit after the tsunami.
Oh, that was
That
the
got
whole
him
thing.
fired from Affleck, I think.
Yeah, he was no longer the voice of Affleck.
He's no longer the Duck. Great Duck voice.
He could no longer be.
He was born for that role, and then they took it from him.
But now he just
Fuck you,
makes that
Affleck.
money doing cameos.
Right? Is he in movies still?
Some, yeah. I mean, he mostly just
cameos?
does his comedy. He's does a lot of cameos.
Have you ever seen him do stand-up live?
I've never seen never live. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen like little clips of him online. Yeah.
Yeah. His stand-up is like hilarious, actually.
I've just come to learn there's a difference between seeing clips online and seeing them live, so I can't really
I know,
say I've
live.
seen them or I've seen clips of them or I've seen them live.
He does like these paragraphical jokes, but like the punchlines are like hilarious. He's a murderer. His voice is just so... That voice, dude.
It complements his jokes really
God,
well.
That voice is so good. It's incredible. Incredible. But
Incredible.
increíble. But yeah, we're watching the Buffalo Kansas City game right now. It's 14-14. By the time this comes out, by the time I listen to this, we'll have known who won. And too bad I can't go back in time and like listen or like make my bets, so could win. You know what I'm saying?
By the time this is public on YouTube, we will know who's in the Super Bowl. We will not know the results of the Super Bowl, but we will know who was in the Super Bowl.
Do you like the 2 weeks instead of 1 week build up for the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts, Goldthorpe?
Yeah, because if people want to like do events and stuff, it's like get them the week done before that. It's like because people are gonna do shit during the week of the Super Bowl. Plus, it allows the whole media build up and.
Right. I remember when it used to be 1 week. They used to not be like that.
Well, it isn't also the Pro Bowl because they have it then as well. So it's like, let's put it here as well.
The Pro Bowl, that is the shittiest sporting event of sporting events right there.
Really?
You can't play. It sucks. You can't play football like half going hard, half not going hard.
And it's the end of the season. Just
give them the All Pro title and let them go. On their way. But
we have to make money, Josh. This is the NFL, all right? If they're not making money, what are they doing?
True. Mahomes stepping out of bounds. I love it.
Yeah,
Keep this field goal for the over. Keep the clock stopped so I can hit the over on the bet there.
Well, you're not going to be able to get it if you don't get on the line. What do you think you're doing, Mr. Graves? You got to be serious. We got to be getting on the wheel.
Is that your best accent, you'd say?
No, that's in my Merseyside accent. I could probably do an Indian better. Because I'm just being able.
No, don't do an Indian. Don't get us. We don't want to. Don't get us canceled.
But
Carl.
I grew up a lot around Indian people, so I heard a lot of different races. All right, Mr. Graves, you cannot be acting like that to me. You got to be serious with it, all right? Rashi Chandra de Banchod.
You know what's funny is I'm friends with an Indian guy who was adopted by two white people in Arkansas, and he has a country accent. He loves to dance. He loves to line dance and shit. I always told him, I was like, dude, you should be a comic. He rides bulls and shit. I'll show you a picture of him after we record. But he loves country music, wears a cowboy hat, and he's an Indian dude who was adopted. Great, and most hilarious, great guy, by the way. Daniel Slape, you know you're my favorite, and he's a basketball coach too.
Oh, damn!
Basketball.
What an elastic professional lifestyle.
What an interesting person. Am I right or am I right? I want to be a white guy with a Jamaican accent. You don't think I want that for me?
Be one of the. Well, that'd just be kind of creepy.
I mean, I want to look one way and sound another. I want it to be incongruent.
They're also like those Asian people who have that weird albino skin tone to them that makes them look very white and weird.
Dude, give me an Asian guy who sounds like DMX. Come on. Telling me that wouldn't be cool? It's always fun when a person looks one way and sounds different. Even black guys with British, there's something about a British black guy. I know that that's a normal thing over there. Whenever I see that's another, speaking of I'm not gay.
Oh, like you hear their rappers and stuff. It's like, hello, man, I'm black and British.
Exactly. It's so cool. And
I'll be coming down from Ulster here in Manchester.
Manchester.
From here in Manchester.
Yeah, dude. So, I don't know.
I'm over here, right here, rocking in my Blocklands.
You got a good. You're accents are good, Goldthorpe.
That's what I'm trying to do. How Richie Anderson specializes in voices, I want to specialize in the accent, but mostly European people. Not just because it's the safe way out, because people think it's racist if it's anything not, but just because I hear a lot of soccer and other sports of Europeans, so I'm like, okay, I hear the voices all the time.
Can you do like a stereotypical Jew impression?
Well, I could do
Like,
probably.
Karl.
Okay,
You
I could
look
probably.
so cute in your jersey. That's
I
my
don't
Jewish mom.
I don't do the New Yorker Jew as well. However, what I do, or like the Brooklyn Jew as well. However, what I probably do better is like the Israeli. It's like, we will fight for the country of Israel.
That's good.
We will fight this terror from abroad.
Yeah.
As you cannot stop us. We will
Israelis.
fight here to the cyanide in the tabernacle.
Wait, did you do your birthright trip?
No, I didn't do that.
Wow,
but I did. Well,
Jesus Christ,
okay,
Karl.
because I thought I was still gonna be
Get
working
going.
I was still working for the Diamondbacks, and I thought I would be moving up there once I graduated. God damn it. Okay, I was offered by the Hillel at ASU. All right, I remember freaking the Rabbi Mendy Reimer trying to yes. Okay, I could have been sponsored for free by Sheldon Adelson to go to Israel, but it's because I thought I was still going to work for the Diamondbacks, and I thought I was still going to be moving up through there. All right? I thought I had some professionalism to do. Plus, I don't want to be on a trip with a bunch of other weird young teenagers going to Israel. All right? I want to go there and fuck. All right? What do I care about going to see the Western Wall? I'll go to the Western Wall, but let me go jerk off some other woman in the west side of Jerusalem before, okay? Let me impregnate that lady before. Let's get a little Scandinavian in that lady.
I'm just picturing you making love in the Dead Sea, Karl.
That'd be, well, I don't know if that's sanitary.
But hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. What if someone fucked a dead body in the Dead Sea? Now there's a fun kind of,
I mean, I'm sure necrophiliacs have been there before.
Hey, there's just Jewish necrophiliacs.
Oh,
out there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, there's got to be.
I want to visit Israel though. I want to go.
Oh, it seems like a really nice place to go to. I also wanted to go to Iran too to visit.
Oh yeah, I hear it's dude. Iran in the summer is beautiful. I hear.
Yeah, well, my thought was like go to the north near like where
The
they
fireworks
border,
stands there. Incredible, I hear.
near like where they border Kazakhstan, because that I heard is like kind of a different part of Iran. It's like a different culture because it has some of the Kazakhs over there. It's like, okay, I might as well go see that. I'm not going to go to Tehran. I don't need to go there.
Do a little camel riding. What are your thoughts
Exactly.
on riding a camel, Goldthorpe? Is it animal abuse? Does it look fun to you? 'Cause it looks
fuck.
fun to me.
I give less of. You could club a seal and I could give less of a shit. Okay.
Okay, just wanted to.
Right.
So let's talk about how cool it would be to ride a camel with sunglasses on, like Joe the Camel from the cigarettes.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And he had a gold chain on. Oh,
You
come on.
probably should have done that at that camel beauty pageant they
Joe
have in
Camel
Saudi
was
Arabia.
hot, by the way. Another cartoon
Do you
character
think
I want to see
in
fuck.
the Saudi Arabia camel beauty pageant that they have someone dress up as Joe Camel for that?
They should.
They definitely win.
Joe Camel, underrated cartoon. He should have had like his own series or something.
What
I
do they
would've
name
watched.
him? Al Joe Camel?
He was hot too. Can we talk about Joe Camel being attractive for a minute? Can we?
So you didn't want to fuck any guys, but you wanted to fuck a cartoon character animal.
He was
Jesus.
hot.
Josh, what kind of sick person are you, all right? You don't want to fuck Lola Bunny, but you want to fuck an actual
I'd
cartoon
fuck Lola
bunny.
Bunny too. I told you earlier I'd fuck the green M&M. I'm into inanimate, non-human things. Okay.
Now we know what
The
Josh
female skunk from the Pepe Le Pew cartoons. She was cute too. She wasn't bad. She was a cute little skunk.
You don't even remember her name, and you wanted to fuck that skunk.
Yep, I don't remember. I just remember Pepe's canceled now. He's a rapist, but it was
So
a
that's
cute
a lot
little gal.
of a lot of cartoon characters were rapists and such.
Like
Like whatever that one from Popeyes was that would try to steal whatever was it, olive oil or whatever her name was. I can't remember.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez is racist too, by the way. Remember Speedy Gonzalez?
But he's fast and stuff.
He's quick. He's a quick little Mexican.
It would be more
Senor!
racist if Speedy
Oh,
Gonzalez
no,
was like black and
sorry.
stuff, and because then it would be like talking about running fast. But it's no.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be like good, like a jumpy Gonzalez. It's like jumping over the border.
Yeah. What was Woody Woodpecker? Was he a Mexican?
I thought Woody Woodpecker was an Italian or something like that.
I'm just I feel
Because
like
Italians like to be horny people, so it's like I'm a Woody the Woodpecker.
oh, Woody Woodpecker was black because he was super loud. That's what it was. He was loud all the time, making noises and shit. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I thought Daffy Duck was black.
Oh yeah, too. That's it.
Woody the what would be Porky the Pig then?
Porky the Pig. He's just a big old fat whitey, right?
Porky Pig.
He's like your fat uncle who dies in his late 60s due to heart problems.
So he'd be the trashy Scottish or uncle.
Yeah, I just picture him as pigs as being this like fat and white for some reason. I don't know why.
You know, he's like a retired police officer and he beats his wife and he abuses people. It's like, hey, get on the ground.
Oh
you got to get over here. You are under arrest under the United States Constitution. You have a right to remain silent.
Porky the Pig, by the way, a little problematic himself because you can't make fun of people stuttering. That's not cool. So I think he might. I don't think he would make it.
We can make fun of him. The president has a stuttering issue, and if you could become president and stutter, then we can make fun of you.
Yeah, that's true. But speaking of saying weird things about black people, Biden.
He says lots of weird shit
all
about
those old
black
white
people.
senators always say weird shit about black people every 6 days.
Now you're reminding me how I learned about the governor who rescinded having Martin Luther King Day as a holiday here, Ed Meacham.
Oh yeah,
I saw the 60-minute segment of him. It was hilarious. Learning how it was like his own party was trying to impeach him, and how he was pretty much getting so many different groups in Arizona to hate him that he got recalled.
What year was that? 90s?
It was like early, like 83 or something, like something about that. Yeah.
Okay, that makes more
Ed
sense.
Meacham.
Yeah, they didn't have like Martin Luther King Day here until like what?
They
Something
had it
crazy
up
late?
until then. He repealed it, and then they had it then some decades later.
Yeah.
Because then after he got recalled, it wasn't like the first priority getting back. It was more of a requirement from the rest of the nation.
Do you think when they made Juneteenth a national holiday, one of his hands just popped out of his grave like that, and he's just?
I feel like that's what happened to Harriet Tubman. Her arms like, yes.
Oh, zombie Harriet
Put
Tubman.
me on the $20 bill.
Zombie Harriet Tubman. There's a comic book character I'd get into.
Hopefully you're not attracted to that.
Did you see the remake of Harriet Tubman? She had she was like fucking Trinity from The Matrix. She had like guns and shit and swords. It was kind of cool.
So they modernized her.
Oh yeah, they made her like a badass. And she was kind of hot too.
They really. What did they make
I
her
think
like?
everyone's hot, by the way.
Who did they play her in a movie? Mariah Carey or some shit?
No, it's I forget the actress name.
No, they had the one that's about my age, Zendaya. They had her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, she didn't quite pull off the look, But
Who cares about it? Make her Harriet Tubman.
I don't know. Hey, I'm for that. For anyone, dude. Make Tom Cruise Harriet Tubman.
Hell yeah. Tom Cruise, John Travolta should be the next Harriet
No,
Tubman.
it should be Robert Downey Jr.'s character from Tropic Thunder.
I was gonna say make it Chris Rock in a wig.
Oh my god. Okay, there we go.
Or
I'm
Whoopi
into
Goldberg. Can Whoopi play it? Damn it. No, that would
Oh,
actually be
Jesus.
serious.
that. Yeah, no, fuck. Whoopi Goldberg is annoying. I don't want her in anything.
Also, her real name is not Whoopi Goldberg.
She can
It
play.
was all a lie.
She can play Rick James in his biopic.
Play James Brown. I look good, I feel good, and I make love good.
If someone paid you $1,000, would you watch?
Porn?
No. Fuck. Who are we just talking about? What's her name?
Oprah?
No, just now.
Harriet Tubman?
No.
Zendaya? Mariah Carey?
You just said her name 10 seconds ago. Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
She used to date Ted Danson, and they banged. What do you think about that, Goldthorpe? Does that get you going or what?
Well, I'm glad there wasn't as great technology to have film home sex, so thank God.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible, God. Okay, because now who gives a shit, okay? You put it on your phone, who cares if there's a video of you fucking, all right? At some point, Josh Graves is probably going to see a video of me fucking or at least a picture of my dick, so, all right? It's going to happen eventually.
As soon as that camera turns off, it's going to happen.
Well, no. I just said one day. I didn't say it's going to immediately happen, but I expect it to one day happen.
Well,
I ain't setting a damn timeline on this. All right? Like, it'll happen eventually. I mean, put it this way. It'll probably happen within a few years.
Hey, you know what? One day someone's going to pay for a fucking Escort with Dogecoin, all right? That's the future we're going to live in. Someone's going to show their dick for 25 Dogecoin. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I would literally, actually, you know what? I would literally pay for an escort service if I could pay for it in Bitcoin, just so I can say I paid for a prostitute in Bitcoin.
One day we should all be able to make our own sex tapes and turn them into NFTs. That's what I feel like. What do you think?
I mean, you could already do that. Like, you can register to be sold as an NFT.
I'm in. I'm down for it, dude. We can turn this podcast into an NFT, all right? One of these clips.
We could technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'd have to do something memorable that someone wants to own, okay? All right? We got to, let's say, like, bring a child on and slap him in the face, okay? We got to kill a bird, okay? I don't know. What else we can do? Can we slash a goat's throat on live TV or a baby cow and somehow get paid? What's wrong with it? They're gonna die anyway.
True, but the slitting of the throat, I feel like may be a bit much.
Well, we want it to be kosher meat, so we gotta drain the blood out so it's not drenched.
Yeah, someone will jerk off to it. Someone's into that.
All right, someone at Hebrew.
Oh
National.
shit! Sorry, you guys. We're watching the football game. Is that a touchdown? Tutty.
Oh, please told me he somehow went out. God damn it. Well, at least there's still another quarter.
But yeah, it's the future we're gonna live in, Goldthorpe. That's how it's gonna go down.
I can't wait for it to go on. I mean, I'm not interested in the bestiality or necrophilia, but if it's here to come, I guess so. Is that what's gonna be in the metaverse? Will there be necrophilia and bestiality in the metaverse?
No, because you'll be able to, get
program people not be able to fuck.
A necrophiliac is just someone.
Will there be sex? So. Can you pay for a prostitute in the metaverse? Is that gonna be a thing?
Oh yeah, for sure. That'll be like 90% of why people go into the metaverse. Were you a fan of Westworld, by the way? There were hookers in Westworld.
No, I didn't see Westworld.
Great show. It's about kind of simulated reality and
will there
going
be
back to a Western
Will there be
times.
human trafficking in the metaverse?
I hope not.
Kidnapping.
I hope not.
Oh yes, Well, put it this way. I mean, we could decide we can want to trap a Mark and traffic him to a country like Equatorial Guyana.
Guyana. Where's that? Is that Africa?
Yeah, that one's Africa because French Guiana's in South America.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of the Amazon in it.
How about white people who are from Africa? Doesn't that throw you for a curveball? You're like, what? Shut your mouth. You're Sudan?
Yeah, Dutch.
Not Sudan. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Dutch or British people that are there.
Yeah, well, like Charlize Theron's from there. She's hot. She's a hot African white woman.
Wasn't she like Dutch, South African, stuff like that?
No, I think she was, she grew up and was born there, so there's something there.
They sound weird. It's like somewhere on the spectrum between British and Australian people. She got. Yeah. It's like, where we going to get some hickin' down at the Tesco. Here with British people, and then you have Australians, which is like, all right, here we're gonna go get some waves here, right down on Bondi. You gotta get straight down foot, mate. And then you have South Africans, which I'm trying to think of South Africans like. How they exactly sound.
Careful, Karl.
Well, I know it's making fun of other white people, so I don't have to give a shit.
Okay,
but I'm
okay,
trying
you're
to
good.
think
You're
of
fine.
Hansi going to go down to Pretoria or something like that. It still sounds too British. I can't do South African.
You sound like a British person with Down syndrome, if you ask me.
Well, that's what Irish people sound like. I have a bit about that I never knew what a British person with Down syndrome sounded like. But then I saw a segment on the BBC News about some disability rights group in the UK getting some legislation passed, and I talked to someone in England with Down syndrome, and they sounded Irish, and I'm like, oh, so that is what British people with disabilities sound like.
That's funny.
They do sound like that.
Hilarious the Irish were discriminated against. That's fun to think about, I think.
No, that's
like white people being
well,
discriminated
yeah, because
against.
a lot of Irish people are dogs. I think about it from my maternal grandmother's side. The Cleary Callahans, okay, she was a drunken Irish alcohol. She was an alcoholic, okay.
Yeah,
she was totally Irish. She was also, for her family, she was first generation American. So she was raised by those dirty Irish people that came over.
Yeah. What if there was like an anti-Irish protest on St. Patrick's Day.
We should start
Wouldn't
doing that
be
more
hilarious?
often. All right.
Just me and you doing that together.
All right, we're going to go into Chicago and we're going to start we're going to take one of those billy clubs and we're going to start whacking the Irish people. Or you know what? I know the best time. Let's go when there's a Conor McGregor fight. And
Oh
we're
my
just going to go.
God.
We'll just go hitting the fans. It's like, fuck all you people. It's like, this is going to be like the Troubles and we're the British Unionist army here to squash the IRA.
You Irish pricks.
Exactly. Fuck them. All right, who do they think they are? All right, we're going to show them who's boss. These Irish people. All right, fuck you, Conor McGregor. Your whiskey tastes like leprechaun piss. Now I know what it tastes like to have the piss of your president, Michael D. Higgins, the man who looks like Larry David got taken out of the dryer. He does look like it if you see him. Michael D. Higgins. He looks just like Larry David.
Well, I'm glad you hate the Irish, Carl, because it's fine to hate them. I think it's fine to hate the Irish and the Italians.
Well, they're dogs and stuff, so that's why.
Dogs and stuff.
Oh, and
It's the name of Carl's first comedy album.
dog. Well, my first comment. Oh shit!
Diggy Wiggies!
And this is still another corner. God damn.
I love it. Oh, that's Gabriel Davis. Those digs. Darn it.
Well, at least that helps with the passing yards that you had.
Yep. Need to hit that over.
Oh, 75. You're definitely
Yeah,
gonna get a
baby.
big push on that.
195. We're good.
Tremendous.
That's good for my over bet, too.
Wow, just that coverage. How they just let him out. And plus, it was perfectly placed. Gotta say, they got some pretty good, at least what they've had for the NFL playoffs. It's been some crazy good games.
There have been some good games this weekend. Way better than last weekend, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, last weekend it was just...
So how long do you think how long do you normally go for?
Oh, I get at least 60 minutes, but sometimes I go a little more than that. I don't
Gotcha.
think I've ever gone more than 100 minutes or like about that. But
Who do you think you are,
For sure.
Rogan Goldthorpe? Jesus.
no, he does like 2-3 hours
I
and
know, I'm
shit.
kidding.
I ain't doing that stuff. Also, he's getting paid for that shit. Mine's just for like whatever. Plus,
That's
I need
true.
a year even just to build this shit up. Okay, it's not. I'm not gonna get any success over time.
You gotta build it, baby.
Exactly.
You
I could
build
be
it, they'll
like
come.
whoever was that one of like who's that guy that originally did podcasts, like even before that. I was trying to remember his name. I saw recently when I was like searching it. He was like doing something like 2004 2005 not Adam Carolla. It was even someone before that.
Ooh, Corolla.
Yeah, I know Carolla did his, but I think
Speaking
wasn't
of
his stuff like
conservatives.
involving like cars and stuff. I thought he did a lot of stuff involving cars.
Yeah, I think he's a car guy. He's no Jay Leno, but he's all right.
Well, Jay Leno, isn't he more like a collector of cars? Like, I don't know his car knowledge. I just know he has like a huge, extensive collection of cars.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jerry
obviously, he
Seinfeld.
probably has a Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, yeah, I've heard him too and stuff. I think it's crazy. I learned how Larry David apparently, even though he's worth technically like $100 million, apparently he still drives like a Prius or just some basic car.
Yep. I love stories like that. Same with Bill Gates, kind of. Doesn't he dress like a fucking... Doesn't he dress down?
It's more like Warren Buffett. I mean, Bill Gates kind of does, but how Warren Buffett, like how he lives in a home that's just $2 million. I mean, I say just, but obviously he's like a huge billionaire.
Nebraska? Is that
Yeah.
where he lives?
Or Omaha, yeah.
Omaha,
Yeah, he has also, like, he has like a used Cadillac, like he drives.
How did he make his money, Buffett, again?
Berkshire Hathaway. He owns like a lot of stock in like Coke, FedEx, Dairy Queen, McDonald's, American Express, IBM. He owns like so
He's
many.
anti-Bitcoin, though, so I can't support him.
Well, he'll be dead before it becomes as widely accepted as it will be.
All right, good
Okay.
to know.
Plus, we got to understand, a lot of these people just think, oh, if you can't hold the money, it's not real. They don't realize that there is a limited supply of Bitcoin. It is limited.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It has one of the elements of money. There is a scarce supply of it.
Yeah, unlike the U.S. dollar going down in value, boom,
Well,
suck
also-
on that, America.
Well, also, that's probably because the gold standard was abandoned, and because of that, there's
Yeah.
nothing beyond the government saying this $10 is worth $10 to back the value of your money.
Is it racist for me to ask if you own any gold? You can't ask Jews if they own gold, can you? That's
Well, I mean, most of them probably do, and I own just like little bits of it. I've never gone too much. I've thought of putting a little just into precious metals, even just as a hedge, but To be honest, I'm not too worried about the US dollar faltering because so many countries base their currency on ours that they have an incentive to keep ours propped up.
Gotcha.
That's why they're going to keep buying our debt.
Are you an economics guy or what
Yeah,
did you?
I graduated with economics degree, yeah.
Damn it, man.
Well, that's why I work in anti-money laundering services now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like if you, Mr. Graves, you're wanting to get $10,000 of illegal money into the public, you're just like, well, I'd like to start a business, and you bring that money and stuff, but because it's $10,000, you have to fill out a cash transaction report. Where did this money come from, Mr. Graves?
As soon as they say Goldthorpe's on the case, I'm going to be pissing my pants.
It's like, God damn it, he knew I was on it.
I should have stopped ordering bottle service at all the open mics I went to. That's how he knew.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
Right? All those fake credit cards I had.
Exactly. Honestly, that's one of the few things that's made me going out, limited me on spending money, like drinking when we go to these open mics, is that alcohol is so much more expensive when you go out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'll just have one drink out there and get piss-ass drunk. Like, sometimes when I have this, I'll finish half the bottle and stuff, but it's like, this is the price of one drink.
It's the service industry, man. Those fuckers. Tell you what. Oh, but yeah. I try to limit my drinking for DUI purposes only.
You mean like to avoid a DUI or to get a DUI?
To avoid, because I got one here in Arizona when I was like 22. And boy, let me tell you something out there, folks. You don't want to get a DUI in Arizona, all right?
Oh, no. I had a friend, he got his sophomore year, and he was under 21 when it happened, so.
Ooh, yeah, they fucking...
Well, he had to do whatever, it was like a week or 2 weeks he had to spend in
jail.
like the jail. Yeah, but he got the work leave, so it wasn't too bad. It was just 6 out of the 7 days he could leave. I forgot what it was, between like 8 and 8.
Yeah, luckily for me, I didn't have a job when I had to do my time, so I just stayed in jail the entire time all day. I read an entire Stephen King book. It actually wasn't bad, so wasn't bad at all. I was in Tent City for 6 days.
Okay, shit.
Just like church camp, but with petty thieves and criminals. There was a guy claiming to be a youth pastor. He molested me. It really wasn't that bad of a gig. I had a top bunk.
Besides the molestation.
Besides the molestation was fine. I saw some cigarettes. I got snuck in. They like threw it over the face. I saw that and I thought, can I get a teardrop tattoo now? Is this how it works? That should be. You should get a teardrop tattoo for every single burrito you ever bought out of a vending machine with commissary money. And if that were the case, I'd have 3 teardrop tattoos.
I feel like that they should just put a running tally on your ass.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if like a teardrop tattoo?
It feels like you have to get a murder for that. Like we'll give you an ass tally.
Wouldn't it be better if it was for like good deeds that had been done? Like you donate $50,000 to a charity and you get a teardrop tattoo.
Maybe you have like a smiley face.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
How people get awarded smiley stickers as a kid.
Teardrop tattoo?
Yeah, as kids got smiley face stickers for good behavior and good grades as a kid. You now get it as a tattoo for good.
I love that idea, Karl. That is amazing.
And that's why you will see workers at McDonald's and not Chick-fil-A with face tattoos.
I've always wanted a Chick-fil-A employee with a face tattoo to serve me. It's my dream.
That would be interesting.
Just like a ex-gang member who now works at Chick-fil-A. Now that's a Chick-fil-A store I want to go to. Chick-fil-A store, all ex-gang members.
I want to see one that's ran by the Aryan Brotherhood. Can there be one that's run by? I want to go to a Red Robin that's run by the Aryan Brotherhood. Can we get MS-13? They can run the local Denny's. We can get, I don't know what other groups we can get. One of those like neo-Nazi groups, or you know what, Richard Spencer groups. They can run. He can run a Domino's chain. Okay, Richard Spencer can run a Domino's chain. All right.
Chick-fil-A ex-gang members. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Just ran by them.
It'd be fun. So yeah, what do you think about the robots coming to the fast food industry? You pro that? You anti that?
I'm actually fine, just because how I realized they do that is you can choose that option of do the robot thing, or there's one person that could serve you personally. So they still have to do that. They still keep the employees. They just make them do other tasks.
Yeah. You know what I think's funny is the old person who refuses to do the self-checkout. They're like, I'm not doing that self-checkout. They just get angry.
Do they not realize that there's certain things you're forced to actually get someone to check out with you, like alcohol, and then also there is someone who is in the self-checkout area when there are problems with the machines.
Yeah. What about the people who do the self-checkout with like a lot of items? Those people are sociopaths. Like, if you go to the self-checkout with more than 12 items, you are a fucking terrorist, actually, in my group. You've joined Al-Qaeda at that point. Just like a big grocery order at the self-checkout line, you're an asshole.
It should be
I
able
want to make it
something-
known in this podcast right now. I don't like you. I don't approve of what you do as a person, and you're selfish.
It should take 2 minutes or less just to scan everything you have.
Yeah.
As long as maybe not an item limit, but a time limit. 2 minutes, scan everything.
I like that.
It's
I
like-
like that.
It's like, sure, you can have 50 items. You better scan them really quick.
And if you do it under a certain amount of time, maybe you get a discount or something. That'd be kind of cool. Well, you bagged your groceries in 37 seconds.
You
We'll
got
give
the
you
you got the
8%
hell
off.
out of here.
Yeah, give them a little discount for getting the fuck in and out of there. That'd be fun.
But they don't want you to get the fuck out of there because then you're spending not as much money.
Do you know about Senior Wednesdays in the grocery stores by chance?
Is that just where they open up earlier for the seniors?
First Wednesday every single month. I think if you're over the age of like 55, you get a discount. Basically, it's, dude, if you can just make it to it, if you can just not die at a certain level, it's like we're going to give you a discount on food one day a month, which is pretty cool.
Apparently in New Mexico, you don't have to pay taxes on your income statement if you're 100 years or older.
Wow. That's an interesting law.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I guess it's more.
No
just
one in
like
New
a thing.
Mexico's living past the age of 42 though. Everyone there is on a pocket rocket and is a UFC fighter. Right?
Unless they've been given one of those organ transplants, maybe
You're
they have a
eating
little more
green
time.
chili every single day. You're not making it past 47 years old.
Imagine Arizona, but more miserable.
You ever taken a green chili shit? It'll take years off your life.
I have not taken a green chili shit. It seems horrible.
Have you ever had? Oh, you never had the green chilies in your Mexican food type of thing?
I've had some before, but just not like a whole.
I'm not a huge fan of it, TBH. The people, New Mexico people, don't come after me right now, but your food stinks, and but you know,
we do not like it. Hell no. We do not be like that.
yeah.
What the hell, Mr. Graves? You think you're so smart? You think you're so great? You think you're so brave that you stayed with the green chili? You think you can stand the green chili?
I'm not a fan. I must say,
Do you not know how I speak the Vietnamese?
a Vietnamese guy in New Mexico. There's something you're not gonna see every day.
What the hell? We be going down here. Or you could be like a Chinese. Where is she, ma? The Josh Graves, the 快乐的快吗?
Huaylo?
快乐.
Huaylo.
Ay-ya. Which is like their way of saying, oh shit, I guess. I've learned. It's their
Karl,
expression for oh shit.
Karl, you're so cultured. Shit.
Am I so cultured? Am I? Or am I just a ridiculous person?
Probably a little both.
When I planned to do my Europe trip, I told some friends, I promised them in the north of England I was going to do it wearing a cowboy hat.
Ooh.
Going on my trip. Well, I'll let them know if they want to fuck with the American, come at me, bitch, because I'm ready to throw that smoke.
Throw that smoke.
Yeah. Well, when my mom, she was in Paris, I want to say 2018 or 2019. This one woman tried to like take her purse on the Paris subway.
Oh shit.
And it's like, I'm ready to fight and stuff. These Europeans don't know how to wrestle in this western part. I'm ready to go straight for them. They're only boxing.
Wait, is your mother Jewish?
Well, not through her side. It was through the father's side.
Got you.
And such.
I just pictured a Jewish woman just acting aggressively and saying, throw that smoke, and I enjoyed it.
That's why if you took the straight rabbinical law, I technically wouldn't be. Like, I don't have the right of return.
Right.
But
It's got to be through the mother's side?
well, yeah. Well,
So many rules.
to
with
be
the
honest,
Jews.
I think I'm doing it more for a personal thing. Like, I wouldn't push it onto my kids or a family and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even insistent on having a Jewish wedding. Maybe I would, but I'm not insistent on it. It's like, whatever.
I'm raising my kids trans.
Really? Well, I think that's kind of their decision, not yours, Josh.
I'm just saying, I can influence it.
Well, you could influence it.
Son, you look great in a dress, Josh Jr.
It's like, Josh,
We're getting canceled for sure now. I'm sorry.
what do you think a boy is?
Oh, me.
Why does there just have to be boys and girls. What if there's more?
Fluidity.
Those are called outliers.
My gender is flubbery. All right, it flubbers.
My gender is an Apache helicopter. I'm the Batmobile. I go by he, him, and Batmobile as my pronouns.
That is just cute, actually.
Exactly. I'm an adorable motherfucker when I do this shit. All right, you should see. It's like when I'm spitting game with the hot ass golden margarita bartenders.
Building social capital.
Exactly. Brianna with an O, Sarai with a Y. Jesus motherfuckers. It's like they're great if you ever see them.
Dude, that's gonna get you laid one day. She's gonna be like, oh, you spelled my. You know how to spell it with an O. Oh my God, everyone always spells it with an A.
Nah, them. I'm just trying to keep them the friendly grounds. The ones I try to hit on are like when I went to Woodshed and started hitting on that 38-year-old tweaker.
Yeah,
and shit.
the Woodshed women are definitely. I could see, more your style, Carl, for sure.
Well, it's because here's the thing. I like to do the opposite of what I feel my mother wants. And my mother always had a saying, be a lady even if it kills you. I want one who's going to be willing to stand on her table, or not her table, on her chair in a Chili's at 10 o'clock and just start singing some I don't care what, like, let's sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer while we're standing out there. I don't give a fuck.
I love it.
It's like, just for a fucking laugh. It's like, that is perfect. Also one with a criminal record, but not one for force and fraud. One that was like, oh, she tried shoplifting. Or she illegally parked her car and didn't show up for her ticket, so a warrant was out for her arrest.
It's my kind of gal.
Exactly. Well, just a way I know she's going to be able to discipline the kids, but not in a way that injures them, just in a way that they're disciplined and they sometimes get smacked on the side of the head, but not in a way which they can call child protective services.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it can't be a white woman, unless she's a trashy white woman.
Yeah.
Because if she grew in the trailer trash, then yes, I can then do that.
Child Protective Services. Oh, I wish I would have at least rung that line once.
So sorry, Mom.
Just as a story you can tell at family gatherings.
So sorry, Mom. If I marry a lady, she's probably not going to exactly be the lady you're looking for.
Yeah, that's right, Mom. And my wife's going to be bisexual. I don't care if you like it or not.
That way Josh Graves can have threesomes any way he wants.
I'm only into bisexual women, by the way. I want that to be known on this podcast.
Exactly. Well,
you only like men? No. Not me.
I like all women. Straight, bisexual, lesbian. Also, if they're that polyamory shit. If they're asexual, but I'm not really going to fuck you because you're not even into sex. God, what is that when, like...
You sounded southern there for a second. You went that polyamory shit they got going on. Oh, I was like, Carl, you got some southern twang on you there.
I could have that southern twang if I do it.
Yeah.
It's like, we got Corey LaJoy coming in here on turn 3. We got him on the outside corner in lane 4. Oh, he's getting on the outside, and we got here, who is it right here? We got Christopher Bale. He'll coming in the house.
Wow, have you been to a NASCAR race?
I have. Going this past year was the first time I went to this UFC event up here, and then the NASCAR, the championship in Phoenix, which, as I've discovered, the UFC fans are stupider than the NASCAR fans, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because the ones at NASCAR, they're just these old dumb people who don't really have much to do. The ones who are my age with the UFC, they horror shows. They make you want to bring back eugenics when you see them.
Yeah. It's about time the Jews got involved, in the NASCAR, I think. It's about time the Jews really started making their mark in the NASCAR game.
Well, both me and Darren was at the NASCAR race as well, and I had a thought. It's like they apparently have a preacher for pre-race prayers. Like, we need a rabbi here as well. Damn it, we demand a rabbi for equal representation here.
A rabbi to NASCAR. Now we're just talking.
Hey, there probably is some rabbi in Alabama who'd be willing to do it.
True. I could see that. I could totally see that.
Hell, even the ones I know here, like the one I know, Mitch Goldstein. He gave me a laugh because I saw him on Purim, which is like the Jewish holiday of joy, and it's a thing like you dress up for it. He was like in a cowboy outfit, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
Jewish guy in a full cowboy outfit. It's like, oh my gosh!
I'm telling you, dude, incongruent things with races is just funny. Period.
You
I
mean
don't
like
give a
when you
damn.
see like a Sheriff David A. Clark who's like your stereotypical racist police sheriff, except he's black, and so it's kind of weird hearing him talk about there's never been racism in police departments since the 1960s.
Exactly. And it's funny on my favorite football team, the Tennessee Titans. There's a guy on the team from Nigeria. His name's like Adini, and I can't really pronounce his last name. And he made a joke. He put on a cowboy hat because it's Nashville, and he called himself the Nigerian Cowboy. Come on, that's just fun.
That's hilarious.
We're just having a blast now.
That's like Giannis when he's doing his tweets, his early tweets, and he's saying like, "Oh, I'm in America. I just had a corn dog." It's like, I love it.
Or like him dunking Oreos. So funny. Damn, dude, I love that guy actually. I'm a Suns fan, but I love Giannis actually. So
he's an interesting I saw his 60-minute segment when he was on it. He was so interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it was really cool to see him.
He's interesting.
Because they also they showed, I guess, him like in Milwaukee and like coming to Milwaukee, like such a different place. Like he came there, I guess he didn't even have a winter coat technically.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, well, that's what happens to a lot of those international athletes. You bring them to wherever. They don't know whatever the fuck because they just see L.A., New York. They think, oh, I'm going here.
Right.
Milwaukee, Minnesota, whatever the fuck else. San Antonio. What the fuck are these places?
Right, yeah.
New Orleans. Well, New Orleans, actually, that would probably be fun for someone who's international.
Is it weird to say, well, I always want to say this on stage. They had an award show like the Emmys a couple years ago, and there was this chick who has her own show on HBO. Her name's Issa Rae, and they asked her who she was rooting for to win like the TV. It was awards for TV, the Emmys, I think actually is what I think that's what I said. But they asked her who you rooting for, and she said, "I'm rooting for everyone that's black." And I feel the exact same way, but about white NBA players. I root for every single white NBA player. I don't care if they're European, if they're American.
So you like Nikola Jokic and Luka
I
Doncic.
love the Joker, dude. Oh my God, this is crazy. Look at Tyreek. Oh, he's still going. Tyreekus.
Was that like a punt return?
Yeah,
God
punt
damn it.
return. This game's getting good.
It's getting intense.
It's getting.
Sie mir like the Studenten Insekte fallen, sie grieben, the Scheiße still.
Me and Karl, just a couple of gambleholics watching the game. Are you gonna live bet this game or what, Karl?
I told you I did the one at the end of the first quarter.
Who'd you take?
And then after that, well, I had them on the spread. I think it was like plus 3.5 with the Bills.
Yeah.
Because I got plus 100 odds. So it's like, okay, if that money line bet I placed before didn't hit, at least if they lose within 3, this hits as well.
Gotcha.
That's just my thought. I don't know.
Smart.
I could lose still.
It's
All right.
gambling.
I luckily was able to make back what I lost in soccer this morning with that plus 8.5 on the Bucks, but now I'm back.
Attaboy. Attaboo.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember how I brought up that Governor Ed Meacham? Another thing that got him in trouble. He was really insistent on saying the term pickaninny to refer to like black people.
Jesus, pickaninny. That is an old school racial slur right there. Well, sometimes, some people kick it old school, though.
I don't see nothing wrong with saying this term, pickaninny.
We all had a shop teacher. I'm just kidding. They didn't teach shop by the time I was in high school. I'm not that old. Isn't that funny? Like, your parents are like, yeah, in shop class. I'm like, Jesus, you are an old piece of shit. Shop class?
Yeah, that was before they started.
We should have had shop class, though, actually.
Well, we should have. Yeah, because there were so... Okay, because the problem in our times, it was the whole, like, you're going to go to college. We're going to send you to college.
Yeah.
Or if you do, like, the military. But it's like, they just think higher education. They don't think trade school. And that's the annoying thing with these. That's why we have... That's honestly why we have a stupid education system in America. Because people like to point to Germany. But in Germany, they have that apprenticeship system. Where when you turn 15 and it's decided, okay, you're not going to take the path of education. You then 3 days a week, you go to school. 2 days a week, you go as an apprentice for some trade school.
I like that.
Yeah, but you know why they don't do it here? Because they want to send you to college. Because all those industries, they want you to pay for all that money and the services.
Everyone, dude. The 1%, dude. They're all gay. You heard it. You heard it on this podcast first.
Exactly. We know all those guys are fucking each other. There's a big orgy there at the Bilderberg conference.
Yeah.
Wherever they're doing those dirty momos. Oh, damn.
Wow.
So probably kick the field.
Defensive stand. Love it.
Probably kick the field
Let's
goal.
go Billsies.
You would expect them
Billsy
to
Willsies.
just to get some points, get them more than a field goal ahead.
Bet's not going to hit. Darn it. Done gambling.
So who? Oh, dang. They really had that red. I guess they could tell there wasn't any Patrick Mahomes, so there wasn't really going to be a throw threat unless it was like behind. Or are they going to go for it? Or no, they're going to kick it. All right. Harrison Butker. Yeah. I guess probably one of the last things you should say before we start recording. What are your influences with comedy and such?
Big Chappelle Show guy. That was a big influence for me.
That's probably the best sketch comedy show ever.
Yeah, and then I got into Chappelle's stand-up a little bit, and senior year of high school, I was like, stand-up comedy would be pretty cool. And then my plan was to go to the military and then get out, do 4 years, get the free school, and go to film school.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that on Dustin Hadlock's podcast.
Exactly, but that didn't work out. So, I just was like, I didn't know. I honestly didn't realize that the mecca of stand-ups was like New York or L.A. But my plan was just to live here for a little bit, and then I ended up staying just because L.A. is a tough place to live. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Chappelle's big for me. But I don't watch as much as obviously when I first started, I got obsessed a little bit. I don't watch as much now. Just because I don't want to have it glom onto my act at all. And for a while, I wanted to be a TV writer for a while, but that kind of faded. Now I just want to do stand-up. And, yeah. That's pretty much... I'm trying to think of...
Is there anyone now that you enjoy?
I mean, Jesselnick was... I kind of started off as... I wanted to be like a one-liner-y staccato more comic. Now I'm more conversational, so that's kind of been a thing, like a slow evolutionary thing for me.
Yeah, I do feel it takes so many times you got to do it before you find out what your style is or what.
Yeah.
Not also what appeals to you, but what appeals to the audience and what you do. Like how
Right.
I learned of mine was telling Lou Moon my influences. Like, oh yeah, I started with Don Rickles, and now it's like more so Daniel Tosh. Joey Diaz and Tim Dillon is like, oh, you like angry comics.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's interesting to see what you kind of gravitate towards and whatnot. So I'm more of a silly, goofy guy myself.
But it's like, yeah, it's like they're angry, but it's over something frivolous and stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, don't take them seriously. Like, because there's some people, like, I see how others take them seriously. It's like when I see someone take one of those comics seriously, it's like, you're a stupid person.
Right.
It's like, if you think people, when they make these jokes, are actually reflecting who they are as a person, you are incredibly stupid.
Right.
If you think they believe literally everything they said, like when I talk about, let's just say, kicking a child in the face and something, if I make something about that, I'm not telling you to go kick a child in the face. All right, I am making up a hypothetical scenario in which maybe it could be funny if they got kicked in the face.
Right. We're just, we're ridiculous. That's all it is.
All right, I will not try to create that situation in any form.
Right.
Some people don't get that.
Yeah.
But
Comedy's dying. What can I say?
Okay, yeah, we hit 72 marks. So I guess if you want to lead them to your plugs and...
Okay, you guys, go check out Hard Fives on Instagram and Facebook. Like the page. That'd be great. My name is... I run a monthly show at The Grid last Wednesday of every month, and now a show at Monkey Pants in Tempe. Come check that out. Next one's February the 15th. Carl, thanks for having me on the pod.
Oh, yeah, no problem with it. It was great to do this. Also, fuck the Queen of England, that bitch.